first
anxiety?
talk about what is anxiety. Exactly. क्या है ये? क्या है? इतना ज़्यादा use हो रहा है ये term आजकल. Things which come together and you can find these patterns, and that is when you know, okay, this is when I need an actual, not a friend
Help. Right.
therapist, but an actual professional qualified
Therapist.
therapist. Right? Or someone, you just calm down, bro. Like, yes, I'm attacking people who are listening right now, but come on, you've got to do it. अपना ध्यान खुद रखो. Exactly. So yeah. Okay.
So, welcome to the Create Innovate Upgrade Podcast. I have with me Sai and Tanisha. Disclaimer: these both are psychology students, but professionals नहीं है. So, आगे पे आने का जितना भी ज्ञान है ना, seriously मत लीजिएगा. Moving on. We were having a brainstorming session a few days back, and just while talking, Sai gets an idea that we should try grounding techniques with each other. And she, being a psychology student, knew about them from her books. And she made us try, and literally, our minds were blown. भाई ये पहले बता देते, बोर्ड्स के समय मजा ही आ जाता थोड़ा सा. And so we decided that it needs to be recorded, at least recorded. We wanted to talk about the general anxiety that students actually have right now. I was having a talk with my parents that they didn't have this much pressure to compete, no, so much stress to overachieve, and take on 15 skills at one time to actually stand out from the herd. And coping with anxiety has actually come to the highlight during these lockdown times. So I wanted your help to actually discuss and actually learn that what is anxiety according to science,
According to our textbooks. Let's
according
go
to your
with that.
textbooks.
बस 2 साल पढ़ा है, and of course personal interest, me and Tanisha. So again, I'll personally give a disclaimer that whatever we are saying is just from our own knowledge and outside class research we've done. बस है
Yeah.
ना Tanisha? Textbooks में भी ये सब नहीं दिया है उतना clarity में. Would
See,
us,
we are
we
just
had a
talking
great
about
teacher.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. Favorite. But we are basically just trying to tell people what works for us. Things might not work for you. It's
Mhm.
just give it a try if you want to or not. It's completely your decision also.
It's just we helping our friends out, and ये बस record हो रहा है. This session is just getting recorded while we are helping each other out, and we really hope it helps you. But if it triggers you, do not try it. If you go find a professional, obviously, or just speak to your school counselor or someone else, and do not
We are
Right.
talking
blindly
about
rely on us.
the
Obviously,
general mental stress, not the
exactly.
clinically diagnosed mental health diseases.
General.
Right.
So,
So
what is
let's first
anxiety?
talk about what is anxiety. Exactly. क्या है ये? क्या है? इतना ज़्यादा use हो रहा है ये term आजकल. इसका मतलब meaning क्या है? Let's talk about that. It is, Tanisha, you can add to whatever I say. According to our textbooks and just in general, anxiety is classified into much more different specific anxiety disorders, panic attacks, and all of that. We'll not go into that. We'll just talk about general anxiety disorder, GAD, which is vague, unpleasant thoughts and feelings a person has, which is apprehension and fear. And it happens on in a specific period of time, as well as there's nothing clear about it. You do not know what is causing you anxiety, or you do not in clarity what it is. There are like a lot of things going on, so there's no clarity in a person's mind, their emotions or thoughts. That is what causes anxiety. in a
So
person.
it's like uh, apprehension about what is about to happen at a lot of times, like you don't even know कि वो चीज हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है या होने वाला है. You just sit there and you're like, something bad is about to happen, but I don't know what it is. So you are dwelling in that
Uh,
state of anxiety, and you're just, overthinking, and it gets to a point where
hmm.
you're unable to function properly. Like, what if something like this happens कल, जो अभी तक हुआ ही नहीं है, but you're already sitting and thinking about it and stressing about it. It's like that.
Yeah, it's not,
Okay.
you're not thinking about the present. It's either the past or the present, which hampers your daily life. Matlab, you can't go on doing your normal day work or routine or anything. You'll be thinking about it. You're nervous, you're scared, anxious. So it hampers your daily life, and that is like one of the most important, significant part or characteristic you can say of
Okay, you
anxiety.
two must be
And
relating to it because boards अभी
yeah,
just खत्म हुए
exactly.
हैं. All entrance
All of
exams
us
have
can.
actually finished, and we are
Right.
just waiting
So
for the
like,
results.
this is something that I was about to mention. Like, this anxiety that we have this, before we like sit for our exams and stuff, that is kind of like nervousness come anxiety. that
Butterflies,
is that
yeah.
is kind of a part of it, but that is not what is like the disorder, which is not like the diagnosis. So this is
Okay.
normal anxiety, day to day anxiety,
Definitely.
and it does not hamper your life to such an extent, like on not on a daily basis, but like
Mm-hmm.
when it is the diagnosis, it has happened over a period of time. It has it has become a sort of a pattern in your life, right? And वो pattern
Hmm.
एक तरह का coping mechanism तुमने अपने दिमाग के लिए बना लिया है, and now you can't get out of it. And this
Mm-hmm.
is where you need help. This is where
Yeah,
people
the
start taking
intervention.
medication and going to
Right.
therapies, right?
You have the
This
four
is where,
Ds.
right.
Just give me a second.
Okay, so like, what I was gonna say is ki, whenever we get anxiety or have any kind of panic attacks or anxiety attacks, what is something that we often forget while being in that situation is वो कहीं से generate हुआ है. अगर मुझे anxiety हो रही है, panic attack हो रहा है, तो वो किसी चीज की वजह से हुआ, and it's not a sudden something. It is a reaction to something. ठीक है? And
Hmm.
that knowing that is going to help you, calm down in cases like that. When you
Mm-hmm.
know कि किस वजह से हुआ है, when you're able to identify the trigger. So, what actually happens in such situations is, um, your stress hormones start releasing, right? Sai,
Mm-hmm.
adrenaline, cortisol.
Yeah.
So, these, like, I'm just trying to explain the science behind this. So, when you're stressed, when you're anxious, these hormones start releasing, and so it's like a situation of flight or fright. या तो भागो, या तो वहीं जम जाओ, या फिर
Yeah.
लड़ो, राइट?
Frightened.
तो फिर,
So what is that
so in this
butterflies in
situation,
your stomach thing?
It is a mix of everything. Like you can't just simply like pinpoint it. Like
right,
you have butterflies just after giving your exam or during or just before you enter the examination hall. Maybe once you
Mm-hmm.
start giving your exam, वो काम हो जाता है. But you are like मेरे को कुछ नहीं याद था. I do not know anything. It is just because you have other thoughts in your head that you forget about the syllabus. You can't remember. But once you sit and start writing the exam, वापस आ जाता है सब whatever you studied, right?
So what's the science
So
behind it? Why do I feel
science
this like
behind.
I don't know, some movement in my nerves that what should I do? क्या करूं
Right,
यार?
I, I mean, that is the adrenaline rush, I guess, no?
maybe, yeah, like Uttara specifically we can't say, but I personally believe it is because of we are not calm. Like we don't think consciously about the negative thoughts. Ki kya hoga? I do not know this part. I've not studied this part. I've not revised this part
Right,
properly. Or this iska weightage
right,
zyada hai, uska weightage kam hai. Paper difficult आएगा. Maybe consciously we do think about it. Sometimes unconsciously भी हम कुछ ज़्यादा ही इसके बारे में सोचने लग जाते हैं, which
Hmm.
affects our behavior or whatever we are feeling just before the exam or whenever you have these butterfly feelings. And before
right.
we actually go on to the coping mechanism, I have two things. Firstly, let's talk about when do we need a intervention, when do we actually figure out that we need to go to a professional. Of course, you can go to a
Right.
professional even if you do not have any of this and you just wanted to go and talk to someone or just, want a better lifestyle. I think we can go to a professional if we have the access to that. So we have something
Hmm.
called the 4Ds. Tanisha, you can also join it. There's another
No,
D.
that is not a proper criteria. So like, what we are talking about right now is like how a disorder is diagnosed. Like how
Okay.
what are the things that you need to, identify before you tell yourself कि there's something wrong with me. मेरे को जाना, I
Okay.
need to go to a therapist or I need to speak to
Something
somebody.
clinically is
Okay.
wrong with you.
Right. We're talking about the
Hmm.
clinical aspect. Right. So
So,
क्या थे 4Ds? Defiance, duration,
Defiance.
uh,
Away from normal. How different are you? That was the last
so
D.
like
Hmm.
away from normal, like I personally think that this criteria is maybe confusing because reality maybe तुम देखो तो like the gap between normal and abnormal is very very minuscule. ठीक है, I mean बहुत छोटा gap होता है, and it's not even like normal abnormal, it's kind of like the norm जो society ने हमको provide
Exactly.
की है कि you have to
हाँ.
बहुत like हम it depends on the culture, right? China में you can eat insects and stuff, but that's not normal here. If
Normal
somebody
here.
did that here, that would be abnormal.
the
So
word
it is kind
normal
of
is
based
not
on
defined.
Yes. It is
exactly. It's
defined.
it's
It is
very
defined by the societal expectations and norms,
Hmm. Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
expectation,
it
right?
varies from one place to another. So maybe what, as I'll give another example, adding on to Tanishta, is like India where we can stay with our parents, right? Outside,
Hmm.
you do not see the same pattern where you are living in the same roof. You are living under the same roof with your parents once you've
Hmm.
grown up,
Right,
and that's look like you're not normal, you need their help or something like that. So like
right.
this is like anything, or maybe about, let's talk about the LGBTQ community. Like a few people, it's for us, I think it is a bit normal where we all are talking about people of
Right,
our age, but then for our parents it is not normal, right? Like
right.
the
That is
others,
like the generation gap
yeah.
also, like even that
So
fits.
yeah, yeah. So even that kind of creates the normal and abnormality. For us, it's normal. For them, it is not. So it's a lot of other things which come together, and you can find these patterns, and that is when you know, okay, this is when I need an actual, not a friend
Help,
Hmm.
right?
therapist, but an actual professional,
A
qualified
therapist.
therapist, right? Or someone you can talk to. So yeah, I think
We are
that
just
is the
advertising our future careers here.
exactly. Yes, you're right. Let's go for it.
These
Yes, please
I
come
think
to me.
expectation expectations are one major cause for our anxiety, because
You're right.
I am
Right.
expecting a maybe 90%, 95% mark result in my boards, and waiting for that, expecting that is just heart wrenching, that "Ah,
Uh-huh.
आएगा कि नहीं."
Since you got exactly.
That is very true. Like there is कहावत है एक कि expectations will lead to disappointment. ठीक है,
Hmm.
because जो
Right.
तुमने expect किया होगा वो कभी exactly तुमको नहीं मिलेगा. It's either better than that or worse than that, but it's never exactly that. So it
Hmm.
is in every case, 100% of cases, it's gonna lead to disappointments.
Yeah.
That is a must.
You
So like
expected
that is what
95, you got 98,
right,
and then you're
Hmm.
like, यार 2 mark
right,
और आ जाता. Like, 2 आ
Ah.
गया, that's so good, right? So
exactly,
even if it's
exactly.
beyond expectation, you still have more expectation.
it is
Yeah.
inherent human nature to always be disappointed. ठीक है, तुम तुम
This is
अपने से
where we need
disappointed
to
हो गए,
change our
तुम अब
thinking patterns.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what is very important in this, like in this era, is acceptance. Like just
Hmm.
general acceptance of how we are,
Right.
of how others are, of neurodivergence, like how people were not meant to be the same. Not everybody is the same. It's just
Mm-hmm.
not nature. So we need to accept that people are different, situations are different, and that's
We
just
Hmm.
need to
normal
accept
part
our
of life.
own. We need to accept our own past and future as well, with people
Exactly,
around us. Is
exactly.
inter and intra. You think about you and others, you and the connection
Why?
with people
Why?
around you and
So
environment. Also,
like
with you inside you.
sometimes, a lot of times actually, like हमारा generation क्या है कि we are becoming more accepting of others, but more, non-expecting of ourselves,
Ourselves.
accepting of
Yeah.
ourselves.
Yes.
हाँ,
Like हम
you're right.
दूसरों को माफ कर देंगे, उनके साथ अच्छे से पेश आएंगे, but
Hmm.
अपने साथ we're just
No.
gonna be, extremely
Yeah.
treat ourselves very badly,
We
and that
value
is the
others
cause of
more
so
than
much
ourselves, basically.
unhappiness. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
there is a lot of generational, what's been taught to us generation wise, तुमको
Hmm.
दूसरों की ज्यादा सहायता करनी चाहिए, तुमको दूसरों के needs को अपने से ज्यादा ऊपर रखना चाहिए. But, you know, it's time to change that. I personally feel that
Yeah,
it's
I
as
am
important to take
completely
care
with
of
you.
yourself as it
Self.
is for,
Exactly.
taking care of other people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like there are two sides of the
another,
coin that,
right.
happiness, there is a expectational happiness that if I work, more hard, I'll achieve, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
more more satisfaction.
You hand what you
And
said.
there is
Yes.
and there
Right.
is one, accepting your fate, accepting your limitations, accepting that okay,
Right.
Being okay with
this
it.
is my limit, or this is where I can reach. I gave my best try. I reached here, and I have to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
And that happiness is a different side of the coin.
Yes.
You can't
Right.
achieve both.
Happiness hai, but exactly.
Hmm.
Huh, you're right. So let's talk
It-
more about anxieties, which is individual things that is causing us anxieties. So anyway,
Hmm.
right.
हमने अपने आप को introduce नहीं किया. Let's introduce ourselves like that. So let's talk
Wow.
about what is causing anxiety to us individually. I'll go first. Hi, I'm going to
Yeah.
turn 18.
Right.
I just changed cities. I have moved cities. I've lived in Kolkata for 6 years now. I am in Pune, and I don't know if I'm staying here. I do not know how long I'm staying here because I'm not sure about my colleges. मैंने 10th 12th दे दिया है. I have not got my results. Admissions have started, and then seats जा रहे. I'm not getting admission anywhere yet. I cannot apply. And उसके अलावा taunt, dart, all of that is happening. I want to enjoy hostel life. I want to go out, live my life because I have lost 2 years of my high school. 10th board के बाद school नहीं गई हूँ मैं. सिर्फ एग्जाम देने गई हूँ.
Same.
And apart from that, of course, daily hustles and hormones and all of that are also acting up and causing anxiety to me. And just overthinking goes without saying for me. So that's what is up with me. Abhigyan, Tanishta, who wants to go next?
I don't know. I
Look
relate
at
to
me
you.
proudly talking about my problems.
But the same thing is, I think, happening to everyone. We are
Right.
waiting for our
Right.
results.
Absolutely.
We are waiting for
Oh
our
my God.
results,
Yeah.
and वो स्टेट बोर्ड का रिजल्ट्स आ गया है, एंड उनको
वही तो
एडमिशन मिल
यार.
चुका है, एंड हम लोग के लिए
वही
सीट्स ही
तो.
नहीं बाकी रहेंगी.
हाँ.
वही तो. Oh my god, it's
Exactly.
so, and ऐसा नहीं है कि we can wait for guidance क्योंकि हमारे seniors have not gone through what we are going through. कि उनका तो हो गया.
Hmm.
And मतलब
Hmm.
cousins, seniors, professors, no one is able to help us क्योंकि किसी को नहीं पता क्या चल रहा है.
No, we are in a new
Exactly.
environment.
We're
Exactly.
in very confusing times.
Like
Like
everybody can relate to us.
So
even the board
Sai,
is
like,
confused. Yeah,
Huh.
go on.
yeah, I mean, um, I would like to know how you're dealing with all this anxiety.
How I am dealing with all of this.
Recording a
Okay, so I
podcast.
Yeah.
like the podcast talking about it. You're
Just
right. You're right.
forget all your problems and
हाँ.
contribute to
Basic
the society.
ऊपर ऊपर से अगर बात किया जाए तो I just sleep. I avoid everything I'm going through and I just sleep. Again, these are not something I am suggesting to people, advising to people. This
Very
is how
relatable.
I am coping up with my problems. Okay, I just go sleep, avoid everybody, or else I'll go to the other extreme where I'm talking to everybody, understanding their problems, listening to their gossip, trying to forget about mine, going out for a run or a walk or talking to you guys, doing something different, keeping myself busy. ठीक है, productive भी हो जा रहा है, and then I'm also avoiding my problems.
Like, so I
Thumbs up
think
to
this
that.
productivity is the most anxiety causing thing.
Oh
Like
my
you
god,
see on Instagram, everyone is utilizing their time to their fullest. Like every minute is planned. They're working to the last minute of the last hour of the day. And you see यार मैंने तो आज
Obviously.
5 मूवी देखी.
हाँ मैंने ये 2 सीजन बिंज वॉच किया अब सजेस्ट करो कोई
ये
और कुछ और
ये भी like what is also anxiety inducing about that fact is you're also assuming कि शायद
Hmm.
वो लोग अपना टाइम बहुत अच्छे से यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं because they're showing
You're
that they are,
right.
but do you
Exactly.
know how can you be 100% sure कि वो
No.
बाकी दिन वो बैठ के 5 मूवीज नहीं देख रहे हैं? You don't
You're
know
right.
that,
Oh my
right?
God. Yes, you're
Exactly.
right. That is what social media is, dude. Like, जो दिखाते हैं, people always show the good part of it, or and then
Hmm.
it's like it is on us. We can't blame them for it. वो manifest कर रहे हैं, वो तो कर रहे हैं. They want to be like this. That's why they're putting it out there on their pages. We are the one who's getting influenced. We are the one who's watching them. We are the ones
Right.
getting, all kinds of thoughts, and we are the ones assuming, as you said.
Watching.
So,
I myself am a culprit of this. Posting productivity stories that I'm working
Yeah, that's
at
that's
9
what I
p.m.
think of Abhigyan. Like
yeah,
he's always
exactly,
working.
exactly.
He'll wake up at 4. वो मेरे
अरे
को
ये
दक्ष ने भी
meditate
बोला
करने
था.
का भाई कैसे करते हो तुम लाइक मेरे से नहीं होता है
Exactly.
even my friend
Exactly.
another friend she'll wake up in the morning meditate not touch phone I am like कैसे how why
I do meditate, but I
okay
cannot
that's
wake up
great
at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Like दूध वाले से भी पहले तुम जग जाओ और उनके उनके
oh
जाके
my
बोलो कि भैया आप
god
लेट हो गए. So
भाई
that is not, that is Abhigyan. Okay,
that
and
is good for
only
you
only he can be.
exactly it is only you dude like that's great you're doing it but it's like मेरे ऊपर प्रेशर मैं अपने आप के ऊपर प्रेशर डालूं कि ये कर रहा है तो मैं I'm like again
No,
comparing
you don't
this is
know,
also
na,
another huge
Right.
that I sleep
Comparison.
I don't know 9-10 hours to wake up at
हाँ
4.
सुबह 4 बजे
You
उठ
just
के
know
12 बजे सो गई
Yeah,
तुम
you
हाँ
just
exactly.
know
क्या पता
that I
हाँ
am just waking up at 4 and 5 a.m. club.
Right, right.
yeah
Like obviously you need the proper amount of sleep, otherwise you will wake up tired. Like हम लोग 10 बजे उठते हैं. Obviously because we slept at 4 a.m. वो जब उठा तब हम सोए.
Of course.
वो तो है
क्या कर सकते हैं?
another
Lack
thing
of sleep.
hmm,
I
go
heard
for it
that lack of sleep is a, I don't know, major cause of anxiety.
yep
Like,
Yeah,
you're not giving your
obviously
brain to
because
process you're not giving your time brain to rest of course there's so much happening in
mhm.
your brain you need to let it rest as
Like I
well
was
right
listening to doctor on a podcast. I don't remember,
mm-hmm.
and he
Mm-hmm.
was talking about this Nedergaard. This some term that
okay.
when you are having like deep sleep, deep REM sleep, that
Mm-hmm.
rapid eye movement wala sleep,
Mm-hmm.
your there is a influx of that neurological some fluid that actually
Okay.
detoxifies your brain. Like there are
Okay.
waste proteins that
Mm-hmm.
generate during the day. I'm using my
Mm-hmm.
brain and what it the deep REM sleep that you have, that 4 hours of deep sleep actually reduces the risk of Alzheimer's. Lack of sleep.
Do we realize like sleep is such an important thing?
You're mute.
One thing I want to talk about me. No, I'm talking. Tanisha, you're on mute. Okay. One thing I've noticed is,
Mm-hmm.
matlab, right now the way we just spoke a few minutes ago, ki bhai, like we sleep late and all. That's fine. Like it's a personal choice. But I see a lot of people around me, especially people of my age, where they're like they think it's cool to sleep late, or they're just doing it because others are doing it, and that is a serious problem. Like I'm not being hypocritic here. मैं खुद late सोती हूँ, but I do it because I cannot sleep. I'm a night person. मैं पढ़ाई भी रात को करती हूँ. That's a personal choice. But then I see how people around us, like our teenagers, our juniors, and just our classmates and all, they would sleep in the morning or like at 4 or 5, and they would be, they'll say, I slept at 5 and I still woke up at 8 o'clock for the classes and all. And they make it look like a cool thing to do, and others
Hmm.
do it just because it's a cool thing to do. And that is a huge प्रॉब्लम आई फील लाइक बिकॉज स्लीप इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट भाई वो सब छोड़ो अगर आप इतना जिमिंग विमिंग कर रहे हो और आपको अपना बॉडी वॉडी बनाना है फॉर दैट ऑल्सो यू नीड स्लीप यू नीड टू
Mm-hmm.
यू नीड स्लीप यू नीड रेस्ट इवन height बढ़ने के लिए there are some hormones, I do not know, chemicals I believe, which are secreted
Right.
at night. तो आपका हाइट बढ़ाना है, आप इतना जिमिंग करो, you need sleep. You cannot do it in a toxic way, or you cannot do it in a
Height,
wrong. Don't take the shortcut. हाँ, go for it.
right. Height is pituitary, right? वो भी तो brain ही
Mm-hmm.
release करता है. So, I mean, this is not cool, kids. Like all kind of hormones, digestion, all kind of brain detoxification, it's all happening in the night. तुम्हारा body बना ही मतलब it's made to, do all that during the night when you're sleeping. So when you are stopping and you're not giving yourself enough sleep, you're not gonna be able to digest properly. खाना नहीं खा पाओगे अच्छे से ना तो, and because of that you're gonna either lose weight or gain a lot of weight. तो तुम अपना बॉडी बिल्डिंग
All
पे
of this
भूल
is
जाओ.
unhealthy.
That
All of this is unhealthy.
exactly.
That
Shortcut.
vicious
All of
cycle
this.
of stress. वेट बढ़ रहा है या वेट
Hmm.
कम हो रहा है, उसके उसका स्ट्रेस,
Exactly,
पढ़ाई
dude.
ढंग से
Yeah,
नहीं हो रहा
we
है.
are doing this to ourselves. Yeah, like all of this just so interrelated. And it's like, ठीक है, रात को नहीं सोना है, मत सो. मतलब it is better if you sleep at night. But then
Mm-hmm.
another thing is you need this amount of time. You need to sleep, and वो भी undisturbed. You can't go sleeping overthinking or crying or something like that. You need to be at peace when you go to sleep, and just let your
Hmm.
body be. Just give yourself some time, dude. Like, just calm down, bro. Like, yes, I'm attacking people who are listening right now, but come on, you got to do it. अपना ध्यान खुद रखो. Exactly. So yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm saying this, but also I do sleep late as well. But then I have made a routine that
Mm-hmm.
before going to sleep, I will not be like playing with my phone. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
will make sure that I meditate during the night, or just,
That's nice.
if you know about this, there are, these meditating sounds which will go on for 8 hours, like during the time that you're gonna be asleep. And
Mm-hmm.
what that does is kind of like, it will have a lot of affirmations in it while you're sleeping, and वो तुम्हारे कान में ना जब तुम सोओगे, so it reaches your subconscious, and it kind of, changes it changes, the way you feel about yourself, and your self concept वो boost करता है. So
Mm-hmm.
listening to these meditations during sleep, I would never suggest to anybody, before you go to sleep, do not sit with your laptop, do not sit with your phone. It's kind of like the worst thing that you can do to your brain. तुमको सपने
You
भी
seen a
वैसे आएंगे.
difference? Have
Like
you
you
seen a
just,
personal
I
difference
I
between
have
all this?
I have seen, like, I've done it for 2 months now. Maybe it's not that a great amount
Mm-hmm.
of time to say that I've seen
Nahi,
result,
but
but I have. Like,
wow.
I have not. Agar if you talk to Tanishta 6 months ago during a
Uh-huh.
podcast, मैं कुछ बोलती भी नहीं. I would have just
Uh-huh.
sat quiet. But I see a boost of self confidence in myself that I can speak openly without,
Mm-hmm.
being anxious. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
it,
It's
it
like
is it is the
really
result. I've definitely seen results.
okay. So I will try it
Even
out.
even
You can bolo bolo.
all of, yeah, please do. And also not only just confidence, just, kind of even the anxiety that happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
uh even there is like, even that has reduced to a great extent. Like I feel like, I can change my state of being and ground
That's
myself more easily.
uh-huh.
So,
About
grounding
grounding,
yourself,
I think Sai should.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
grounding yourself,
Hmm.
Sai was like talking about these grounding techniques. Like,
Yep.
Right.
can you actually,
Yeah,
do
I'll
you
do that.
know
I'll do
these
that.
techniques?
There are like so many. You can Google it up. We'll also discuss about a few here.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Hmm.
grounding techniques? Let me start with that. These are techniques you do. You can do it by yourself. Again, please. It's a disclaimer. It's just something we've tried. Work did not work. I do not want to trigger anybody. अपने own responsibility पे ये सब करना. But grounding techniques help you. These are different techniques you do, which help you ground yourself, which make you calm, which help you disconnect with whatever you're going through, and
Mm-hmm.
make you stay in the present. It just helps you be. It just helps you realize that those are just thoughts about the past, about the future, or just something I made up in my mind. Let me just disconnect from it for a minute, and it'll help you calm your nerves. It'll help you calm yourself down, and you don't not even know you're capable of calming yourself. Is had tak you've never felt this calm. वो होता है, and I urge. Am I? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I freeze? Yeah, okay. So I urge people to try these out because these are actually helpful. I did one technique with Abigail and others. I'll do it with Tanish as well. And guys can also go along with it. Let's go for it. Hmm?
Okay,
Sure.
like one thing, like
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to mention why you get, ये थोड़ा सा trauma inducing क्यों होता है बहुत लोगों के लिए. Like when you're practicing
Mm-hmm.
grounding techniques, you're basically kind of, it's all in your subconscious. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about the situation. It's coming from what you have learned, what you have seen in your past. So when you are affirming, when you are trying to calm yourself, तुम जब अपने आप को ये सब बोल रहे हो कि नहीं, I am gonna be better, or it these kind of affirmations, it hits the subconscious. When एक ऑलरेडी पैटर्न बन चुका है और तुम उस पैटर्न को जब तोड़ने की कोशिश करोगे, तुम डिस्ट्रेस
Mm-hmm.
करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, समथिंग इन योर सबकॉन्शियस, इट्स काइंड ऑफ लाइक, बेसिकली सोच लो उसका ईगो हर्ट हो गया, सो इट्स गोना फायर बैक. Okay, it's
Uh-huh.
gonna it's gonna come back and it's gonna give you dreams. तुमको
Mm-hmm.
ऐसे सपने आएंगे, you'll get nightmares every day, and you start, when you keep doing it for a long time consistently, you will see that you'll बीच में एक टाइम आता है जब तुम बहुत ज्यादा एंग्शियस हो जाते हो, ठीक है, बट दैट
Mm-hmm.
इज अ पार्ट ऑफ इट, because then that
You know how
means
to
that
cope
you're
with it
proceeding.
in a healthy way.
Yeah, you're actually getting better. तुम देखना,
Mm-hmm.
when
You
you
can deal with
get
it.
more anxious, तुम देखोगे that you'll be equally able to deal
Take
with
care of
that
it. Yes,
anxiety,
exactly. Huh.
right?
This helps
So
you snap
it's
back into reality. It just as you said, and we don't not even need to tell you कि ये बार बार करो क्योंकि I know for a fact once you actually सच्ची मन से करो, and if you are actually serious and you do it once, you will see a huge difference. छोटा I personally will say that you'll see a huge difference. Even if you don't see a huge difference, you will find a difference, and I'll guarantee that, or maybe I won't, but like you will do it could say. You'll go on repeating this, you'll go into the rabbit hole of figuring out what is happening or figuring out new techniques. You can google them out. These are called grounding techniques, but yeah, i'll go with the uh, I'll go with the 5 4 3 2 1 technique, which is also called the sensory technique. Okay, for this I just want everybody to be relaxed. Abhigya and Tanisha, you can mute yourself. Okay, I want you guys to go along with me. Okay, now, whew, let's go. Just be relaxed, completely relaxed. If you're sitting, sleeping, walking, fine. I would just say don't do a lot of movements. Okay, just now close your eyes, uncross your arms or legs if you're sitting. Okay, just sit relaxed. Now breathe and out, in and out. It's your choice. You want to take deep breath in or you just want to breathe. No, just breathe in and out. Do it as many times as you want to. Breathe in and out. Just feel. Just be in the moment. Now, I want you to open your eyes slowly. Look around. Just look around and name any 5 things you see. Any 5 things you can see. The curtain, the window, what you see. Just you can just show your hands once you're done. Any 5 things you can see. Yes. Now, close your eyes again. Breathe in and out. Think about the 5 things you just saw. Just think about them. Right? Now, in and out. In and out. Just calm down. Now, I want you to keep your eyes closed and listen. Listen to whatever you hear. The sound of the fan. Maybe you're sitting near the window. You're hearing people playing outside. You can listen to the music from the other room, the TV, anything. You can listen to your own breath. I want you to think about 4 sounds. Count 4 different sounds you can hear. Now, once you're done, I want you to breathe in and out again. In and out. In and out. Be calm. Think about the four things you just heard. Think about them. They're just around you. You can hear them right now. Now, I want you to feel three things around you. It can be something you're wearing. It can be it can be the ground under your feet. It can be your heartbeat. It can be just what are you sitting on, or you can just touch something near you and just see what it's your phone, it's a keypad, it's your earphones. Touch them, feel them. Now breathe in and out. Keep thinking about the things you just saw, you felt, you heard. They're around you right now. Okay, just think about it. It is around you. It is you. It is near you. Now breathe in and out. I want you to taste any two things, three things, or two things. It can be you can imagine something and taste something, or you have a mint in your mouth. You can taste anything, right? Okay. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Now I want you to feel where you're sitting, what is around you, the breeze which is touching your body, or the air from the AC, or anything, the sweat on your body. Just feel how your body is, the hair which is moving on your body. Just feel that. Just in and out. In and out. Open your eyes slowly. And I want you to still think about whatever you could see, hear, all the five senses you put to work. You feel your heart heavy, or you feel your heart like, okay. I'm not, you did not think about anything else. You were just thinking about the task I gave you, right? How does that make you feel? Be honest, you can be honest. Did it work? It did not. Is there any change? Guys?
Like maybe while talking, I lost track of time, but now I like feeling the moment. Like I'm in the moment.
Tanishta, do you want to
Yeah,
share something?
yeah. I think I am a lot at peace right now, less anxious. Just
Okay.
I'm like consistently anxious. I'm a very anxious person. So
Uh-huh.
it is very rare for me to feel not to, actually feel at peace.
This might continue for a few hours or not, but if you're going through something right now, if you're thinking about a lot of stuff, or you just want to calm down, you can try this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Use all your senses. Five things you can see, four things you can feel, three things you can, hear, taste, smell,
Hmm.
whatever. Just use any five senses. It'll help you calm down. It will bring you to the present, and it is supposed to help you, especially when it's you're just overwhelmed. You don't know what is causing you. You do not need to overthink or analyze. You just don't need answers at the moment. You just want to feel calm. Go for it. Try this out, and it will help. And Abhigyan and Tanishta also have a few things they would share, which
Actually,
might also help.
what I wanted to share is
Mm-hmm.
not a grounding technique per se,
Mm-hmm.
but
Hmm.
some kind of a guided meditation. I have
Mm-hmm.
Right.
two, but I made Sai and a
Yes.
few others try that technique.
Last time we used session with, yes, they were
So
Yeah,
let's
lovely.
make it
I know
Both
spontaneous.
about.
amazing.
Let's make it spontaneous. I'll leave that
Okay.
out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I heard so Sai actually had to leave. I think her network had a problem or something, right?
Right.
Okay. So what I was
She might
talking about.
not be joining back.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what I was talking about was there's a monk, a monk who actually had a TED talk, and his name
Okay.
is Dandapani. Okay, it seems that मैं अभी कुछ मंत्र वंत्र बोलने हूँ, but it's not like that. So, okay, so he actually works outside India only. I think he
Right.
came here also. I don't remember. So he was giving a TED talk, and he talked about how he was actually, very restless
Mm-hmm.
when he was a child. Like he actually had to be shown to doctors because he was so unattentive to things. That
Okay.
concentration on things. You feel that, right? I am reading a page and मेरा दिमाग चल रहा है यार,
Right.
अब कहीं और चलते हैं, हो गया बहुत.
Yeah.
That concentration,
हाँ, like होते हैं कुछ बच्चे attention deficit, like it's also a disorder, it's a psychological disorder also.
एक खुद से ही होता है यार.
And होता है.
पढ़ाई कर रहा हूँ, मन नहीं कर रहा है दूसरा कुछ करने का.
हाँ, right. That is
हम्म.
like sometimes we are overactive, but then it is also a disorder for those who don't know about it. Like it's called as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. ठीक है?
हम्म.
तो like बहुत hyperactive होता है. ये बच्चों को usually होता है when they're young. So
हम्म.
the teacher will frequently complain about ये बैठ नहीं पाता, ध्यान नहीं देता क्लास में, बहुत कूदता रहता है, भागता रहता है. So it's usually those kids. They
हम्म.
do require help, which we often just think कि हाँ तो सबको छोटे बच्चे हैं,
ये
क्या
सबको
बात है,
होता
कोई बात नहीं,
है.
सबको होता है.
But I
वही है
think
ना, this is the
not
stigma.
talking
Right,
about
right.
the clinical side of things, not the
Hmm.
more serious things, just the general lack of concentration that we feel, right?
Right.
So he was talking about that, and he said that while he was under his guru, they actually helped him train to get more
Hmm.
concentrated. Like you, okay, like we are talking right now, and I can see a
Mm-hmm.
notification on my phone, and I get compelled to open my phone and check भाई ये notification क्या है, किसका मैसेज आ गया.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
by doing this, we are actually training ourselves to be more distracted.
Mm-hmm.
So he was talking about an exercise that can actually train you to more concentrate on things for a longer period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I explain it? Right. Okay.
Yeah. Like try to explain.
Okay. I'll guide you through it,
Okay.
and you can say how you feel at the end of the exercise.
Okay.
Okay. Just sit normally you are relaxed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the usual thing. Close your eyes, calm yourself down,
Okay. Close.
and first feel the things around. Feel the things around you.
One second, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, go again.
Okay, I'll repeat it. Close your eyes
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and feel the things around you. Like वो पंखा का आवाज. You are sitting, I guess, on your bed. So feel the bed.
Right.
Now think about the last trip you had. Where did you go?
Okay.
With whom did you go with? What food did you try? It can be a weekend trip, long trip, trip to your favorite restaurant. But just feel the scenario. Just imagine yourself there. Did you went? Did you go during the day, during the night? So you went during the night. You can feel yourself there. Feel the last family function. Relatives ताने दे रहे थे. The food you ate, some favorite dish. Who made it? Feel the last gathering or get together with your friends. Was your best friend there? What did you talk about? Feel the sound of the fan, your surroundings, my voice, the bed, the earphone in your ear, and now open your eyes.
So like this
Concentration.
is like a whole guided meditation. Right. Like it takes you to your happy place and then back and you just calm down.
Hmm.
I get it. I got it. Yeah, it makes sense. Like when our psychology teacher was teaching us about these, like even she did a sort of a similar sort of a guided meditation,
Hmm.
and in that we went to we closed our eyes and she guided us to creating a whole safe space for us in our mind. So
Okay.
basically वहां पे उन्होंने हमको ऐसे बोला कि go back, imagine yourself building a home, imagine yourself standing in a very cozy comfortable place. Okay, so she made us build a whole kind of a space in our mind that we can go back to whenever we are
Hmm.
anxious, or whenever we are freaking out. You close our eyes and revert back to that place in your mind. It's in your mind, and तुम अपने आप को imagine करो उस अच्छी जगह में. So you immediately calm down after that, and I've seen effects. I've tried it out a couple of times and it does work, and it's really cool actually, because we don't realize how capable our mind is of things, of anything. It's limitless.
Hmm.
And you know ये anxiety वगैरह, it kind of like really limits us to a place, like just the past or some kind of future which has not even happened yet. So yeah.
You can't move on when you are anxious.
Right, exactly.
With that safe space,
Yeah,
your happy space, it helps you deal with it.
it does. It does. Like it can be anything, like a family function, like that bit might not have worked for me because
Hmm.
I kind of मेरा बनता नहीं है उतना इन लोगों से. But then when the friends thing came up, that worked for me. So like something can work for you, something cannot work for you. It's entirely upon you, and
Hmm.
you
Of
decide
course.
what helps you calm down. ठीक है, but what is important is earthing yourself in that moment so you can deal with it. So like there's another like very important thing is, जब हम stress out हो रहे होते हैं ना, the way we are behaving, the way whatever however we act out, it's a reaction. Okay, but when we are in the present, when we're grounded, how the way we behave or act, it's a response. Okay, so the difference between reaction and response is reaction मतलब impulsive होता है. तुम किसी भी चीज के लिए suddenly react कर दोगे. किसी में जैसे तुम्हें कुछ गर्म छूते हो तुम, it's a
Mm-hmm.
reflex. राइट, तुम्हारा हाथ जब
Yeah.
पीछे झटक जाता है, दैट्स अ रिएक्शन. एंड व्हेन यू आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग, तुम प्रेजेंट सेंस में तुम कॉन्शियस होके कुछ रिस्पॉन्ड करते हो, राइट. That is the difference
Hmm.
between reaction and a response. And when you're grounded, when you are consistently, healing yourself and practicing self-care, you're more grounded in the present, and then you respond to your environment, or whatever is your problem. So you can actually find good actual solutions to it instead of just an impulsive decision. जैसे बहुत बार क्या होता है, uh, when you are tired, or when you're anxious, लोग बहुत बार दारू या सब, like they just have some kind of a substance intake. They
Hmm. Hmm.
smoke a
Hmm. Hmm.
cigar or something, but that is not healthy. That is going to affect you. That's going to cost you more. When if it gets an if
Exactly.
it becomes an addiction, you're going to be affecting more people than yourself.
Hmm.
So we want to create a change in the sense that we need to adopt healthier methods of, you know uh, coping, instead of these unhealthy methods. इवन
Hmm.
बहुत बार होता है जब हम सो जाते हैं, बहुत एंग्शियस हो जाते हैं, तो हमें नींद बहुत ज्यादा आती है. इवन दैट
Yeah.
इज अ कोपिंग मैकेनिज्म. बट देन यू आर मिसिंग आउट ऑन your life and your work when you are exhausted like that.
Exactly.
So it's important to deal with it. Exactly. Right.
You know that chocolate thing. When you're anxious, when you feel sad,
हाँ, अरे,
you feel like binging on
right.
chocolate, sugar.
Right. There is one article, or I'm not sure, a TED talk or something that I heard. ठीक है, उसमें ऐसा उसने explain किया था कि जो आपका state of being होता है ना, you
Mm-hmm.
start feeding on things that is the opposite to it. Like अगर तुम अंदर से bitter feel कर रहे हो ना, that's when you start reaching out to chocolates. तुमको कुछ मीठा
Ah.
खाने का मन करता है. जब अंदर से you feel sour, like just irritated or something, you start
Mm-hmm.
feeding on something else. ठीक है. So it's kind of like reflecting on what you are on the inside. ठीक है,
Ah.
जो भी तुम कुछ खाते हो तब. Yeah, so like that is also very unhealthy,
And
because
the age-old
ज्यादा
saying,
glucose
saying
consumption.
that you
Right.
are what you eat.
You are what you eat. Actually, that is true. You are. And even like if you're talking about food, then even a lot of self-care can come from there. Okay, like the environment that the food is being prepared, and the
Hmm.
kind of food that you're having, it does have an effect on your mental health as well, like directly. जैसे अगर um, if तुम्हारा खाना जहाँ बन रहा है वो बहुत सूदिंग सा एनवायरनमेंट हो, वहां पे गाने बज रहे हो, या फिर अच्छा एफर्मेशन बज रहा हो, then all that energy goes into the cooking. And then when you eat it, it's kind of like a prasad instead of just normal food. It kind of, the whole energy of the food changes. And then
Hmm.
when you eat it, that energy is obviously it's transferred to you, and then you just feel so much more energized. तुम
Hmm.
देखना है. Are you a vegetarian?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might not know this, ठीक है? But then if you were a non-veg and you tried eating vegetarian for a whole week, you would be able to see a difference. I swear to you, because like even the where the chicken is coming from, there's a lot of bad energy in that place, right?
Hmm.
Just imagine like a place where a chicken is being cut. It's not a very positive environment at all. So when you're
Hmm.
getting food from a place like that, और जब तुम KFC से भी कभी खाना मंगा रहे हो, it's just food that is made for business, like which is made for profit. It's not, it does not have any health uh, thing in it. So when you're making food in your house in a positive environment, and it's not coming from a place of negative energy, you have it, and then you do it for a week if you want, and then you'll actually see results. Like your mental health will be so much more better. I have tried it and I've seen it, but I still do eat chicken, although sometimes. But then the difference is, like, I know it, and I
The
should suggest
difference
it, I think.
people see when they actually eat the food at their mess and PG, and when they come back to their houses, their mothers or some other person has cooked food with that love,
Right.
emotion, and
Right,
it actually
exactly.
satisfies the inner I don't know. Actual hunger.
feeling like पेट भरता
Mm-hmm.
है, right? Exactly. I mean, even like when you are going to a place like a hostel, जब तुम घर से खाना खा के hostel में जाके खाना खाने लगते हो for a stretch, तुमको भी लगता है like it's just kind of like a hole in your heart कि मम्मी बनाती तो ज्यादा अच्छा होता खाना, शायद ज्यादा स्वादिष्ट होता. So like it does happen. It does happen.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Now, coping with
Uh,
anxiety is it's a vast study.
it is absolutely like the whole psychology, everything. It's kind of like you're dealing with the subconscious, like
Hmm.
how you're why are you acting the way you are? Why are you behaving the way you are? So all of that is it's actually such deep knowledge, and there's so much to cover in it. I just this part of the reason why I love this subject so much. It's just limitless.
And it's really important. People
It
can't
is
function if their
absolutely.
brain is not at the right place.
Bilkul. Like how you are feeling and how you are, physically and mentally, it's all correlated.
Hmm.
तुम बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस हो जाओगे तो तुम्हारा बीमार पड़ना is very, it's just बहुत vulnerable हो जाते हो तुम to
Hmm.
any kind of outside um, pathogen. It's psychological and physical. So like you have to be taking good care of your brain.
Hmm.
Right. That is the more important lesson here. If you don't take care of your mental health, your physical health will deteriorate. It's just going to happen sooner or later. So it's very important that you do take care of that.
Damn. ये सब बात करके मुझे लग रहा है कि मुझे भी साइकोलॉजी ले लेनी चाहिए.
um, it's not too late. You can, you can still drop.